Hello. Welcome to Millennial Gaming Speak. Hopefully Max's connection is good this week. Hopefully.
Whoa,
We'll
yours
have to
was
see.
the...
Mine was the spotty one at the end of last week's show. I'm also kind of moving like at a weird frame right now or something, at least on my own screen. I don't know why.
You look fine on my end.
I'm sure I'm fine. So predictions episode. Hi, welcome to the show this week.
It's that time
We are
of
going to begin in a
year.
moment. We're going back to the old ways of recording this week, so clapping has returned. You want to set up the recording at least, Max?
It's all running, both of them.
Oh, you've got both running? Okay. All right, then fine. There's that.
Backup
okay.
as well, just in case.
Then I'm ready to get going. If you are, we can do 3, 2, 1, clap. I'm going to be hurling some things at your face early in the show, so you better get ready.
Yeah, for those of you on YouTube, I know nothing. It's like,
I mean, it's nothing
too
crazy, but there is going to be one.
I got this all planned. Don't worry about it. Just show up with your predictions. I was like,
it's going to be pretty straightforward, honestly.
All right. Okay.
But we are going to do some things up at the beginning. I'm ready to go if you are.
Have I said this is my favorite show of the year?
I think so, like 3 times.
All right. I am ready whenever you are, sir, to count down and clap.
Let's go then in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to Millennial Gaming Speak, episode number 96. I am your host, Logan Moore, and it is the week of June 4th, which means we are a week out from E3. Kind of. At least the press conferences and stuff will have started by this time next week. Joining me on this week's very special episode of our E3 predictions is none other than Max Roberts, as always. Hi.
Hello.
I had to throw the as always in there somehow because I didn't do it. I didn't do it before. You get mad.
It's my thing. It's the way you introduce. When you throw me off my rocker, I don't know how to cope with it. You throw me those curveballs. I can't work with it.
So, Max, we're here. Pre-E3.
This is it. This is
my last episode for at least 2 weeks, I guess.
2 weeks. Yeah. I mean, number-wise, it'll be
the normal thing. We won't be doing a numbered episode next week.
I know.
We'll run down at the end of the show. We'll give you a heads up for what we're going to do for actual E3 content week. But pre-E3 week means our predictions are finally here. So this episode is going to be all about us predicting what we will see in the conferences for the big boys at E3. So we will run down that in a second. I wanted to first just say, I'm getting very excited for E3. There's a nervous excitement in my gut because I'm finally going, and I think my schedule is actually pretty much squared away at this point. So,
do you have that exclusive interview with Neil Druckmann about Last of Us Part 2?
Yeah, that's going to be an exclusive. You can look out for that. He's going to share all the details on the game with me. No,
that would be
I have a bunch of cool things in the works, so keep an eye out, obviously, during E3 week on Dual Shockers for everything written I'll be putting up. Both written and maybe some video and audio stuff too. We'll have to see what we do once we actually get to the show. But it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm really looking forward to it next week.
Are you going to travel with your mic?
Yeah, I think I'm going to pack it. So we're talking about doing. I may actually be able to jump in on a couple of the episodes next week. We'll have to see how much time I have. The one conference we're not going to is Bethesda's on Sunday night. So we might actually be at our Airbnb as we watch that, which means I may have some free time later that night. If I could afford some time to jump on here, we'll have to see what the situation's like. I'll be playing it very much by ear as I'm out there.
Okay, I'll fill you in on the schedule I have with the guests because while Logan is gone, I'm taking control of this shit, baby.
Yeah. We're gonna send you an iceberg or something like that.
Yeah, we're gonna just have 3 special episodes breaking down each of the big 3 press conferences, along with other news that breaks from the other ones.
I was gonna say it's gonna be like a daily thing, right? So
yep,
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Sundays will, I'm sure, incorporate the EA Play stuff from the day before.
Yeah, it will. One will be recorded Monday afternoon. One will be recorded late Monday night, and the other one will be Tuesday. I don't know the way the schedule's working out with the guests. Each episode will have its own special guest that is familiar with the big company's press conference from before. Some have been on the show before. One other person is not. So it's going to be fun.
Should be good. I will stack those up on my
I'm
phone and listen to them on the way back or something.
Logan gave me the tutorial of how to record this video for the YouTube audience. I never deal with this.
Max might be driving the ship, but he didn't know how to until about 5 minutes ago. So we should be good there.
I just know the audio. I'm the audio boy.
So next week's E3 though, best week of the year. If you're a video game person, I hope I don't die because I'm going to be doing so much work. This is going to be a lot to do, but I'm very, very excited to finally actually be going. It's a dream that has been realized for sure. So, the next numbered episode, we will break down probably still just everything that happened at E3, and I'll talk about my trip and yada, all that good stuff.
The Logan E3 experience.
Yeah, we'll talk about what happened to me there, which I'm sure will be all sorts of crazy things. But this week, as I said, predictions. So the way we're going to do that this week is we have 20 predictions total for each of us. So I guess 40 total for 20 for each of us. So we're blowing up the rest of the show this week. Topics and news and all that stuff. Except we're not. We're going to do rapid fire news. So Max.
Oh God.
There was actually a lot of news that happened this past week. And I feel like it's still notable and worth talking about. So we should probably talk about that. So here's what we're going to do at the front of the show. I'm going to put 9 seconds on the clock. And I'm going to hurl news stories at your face. And I want your quick take on all of these things as fast as possible. Have you ever seen the show PTI, Pardon the Interruption, on ESPN?
No.
Okay, well, there's a part at the end of that show where they pretty much do like 6 or 7 news stories within a span of probably 60 to 90 seconds, and they give their take on each of those. That's what we're going to do here. So
I have to give, just so I understand the rules, there's 90 seconds on the clock.
There's 90 seconds on the clock, and we have 6 news stories that I'm going to
and you want my quickest reaction to each
quickest reaction to each of them. Yes.
Okay.
Because I feel like some of these are worth mentioning. Release dates and things like that. Some of them are pretty straightforward. But
all right.
Are you ready? Are you ready, Max?
Okay.
90 seconds is on the clock, and we are ready to go. Okay, so first off, Final Fantasy VII has been moved to being developed in-house by Square Enix. Max, what are your thoughts on this?
It wasn't in-house before?
No, it was being developed by another studio outside of the company. I can't remember which one. I can actually maybe look it up really quickly. Hold on.
Didn't know that.
So it's being moved in-house now. Obviously, Max didn't even know. He didn't bother to look at it. So 20 seconds. We're at 20 seconds. Max, next story. Sonic Mania. It's arriving on August 15th. I am very excited to play it. This game looks awesome. The new trailer they revealed was amazing. What do you think?
Same. I thought it would be sooner, but I'm okay with it being in August. August is a good month for it. Excited to play it on Switch. August is a very good month.
So speaking of August, we actually got a game pushed out of August. Shadow of War is now being pushed to October. October 10th is the new release date for The Lord of the Rings, Shadow of War, or Middle-earth, Shadow of War, I guess. Looks really
polish
good.
Is always good. October's a good time for games.
October is a good month for games, especially since we don't have Red Dead now. That's not a huge deal. You can push some things more into fall at this point. The next big news story, release date-wise, Pyre, Supergiant's next game, the people who made Transistor and Bastion, coming out on July 25th. Game's real fun. I played it at PSX. What do you think about it?
I get them confused with the people that make Below, Cappy Games, so I don't even know what this game's about.
Okay, 15 seconds. Switch online service has been detailed. We also saw the headset setup. It looks awful.
Headset setup's
third party. Service, it's $20 for a year, and it's free. You think it looks good?
Yeah.
Okay.
The online part, yes.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay, we're done. So we didn't hit all 6. One of them really didn't matter. I was just going to mention that there's a God of War mural going up in LA, which, okay, maybe that'll play into our predictions for Sony. But there's a quick rapid fire news. See, we could just do that every week. We could get through the news way quicker.
Oh my gosh, this podcast would be...
Leaves time for so many more activities, though. We could do all kinds of other stuff.
That would be fun.
Yeah, so that was the news this past week, at least the more notable pieces of it. Sonic Mania, though, looks real good, man. Really excited for that game. Totally in. So, okay. Predictions. We got the news out of the way. I felt like we probably needed to do at least some of those. Predictions, though. So here's what we're going to do. I mentioned 40 total, 20 for Max and myself. If you listen to last week's episode, we are doing 5 predictions each for the big 3. So Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, we are going to have 5 predictions for each of them. We are then doing 5 predictions collectively for the third parties that have conferences. So EA, Ubisoft, and Bethesda. Collectively between those 3, we are then having another 5 predictions. So we're going to have 20 each. We've also got some backups in case each of us have similar predictions. About the only similar prediction that I think we will both have that I'm fine with us both having is, I'm going to assume, like Scorpio release dates and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, that's fine.
Besides that, though, I wouldn't like us to overlap if we can help it, unless
that's why we have the backups.
We've got backups as well.
I've got 2 backups per category.
I should be good. Mine are very obscure, so yeah, I'm confident that I probably won't need to use my backups.
Logan, but they're there for the past week has been like, my predictions are 3 or 4 tiered, and they're so obscure. They're meta predictions. Some are even anti predictions. This boy, he's gotten in deep in the weeds on this one, and I cannot wait to hear them.
So yeah, that is the gist of my predictions this year. I went way overboard on some of them, and instead of just saying game X is announced, I'm going to have like, game X is announced, here are the systems it's coming to, here's the release date, here's what we will see alongside the reveal. So we'll get into all of that. So 20 total. Let's get into it though, because don't want to keep you here all day. We're going to start with our third party category, as a matter of fact. So this is, like I said, Bethesda, Ubisoft, and EA all lumped into one category. 5 at-large predictions for the 3 of them combined. Max, I will allow you to go first since I'm the host. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So I'll go first and lead off with one that's probably more of a dream than anything, but I think there's some behind this. Ubisoft reveals a new Splinter Cell game. It is shown exclusively on Scorpio, the footage that they show. It's got a spring 2018 release window, and they also announced that the previous Splinter Cell games on the 360 are coming to backward compatibility on Xbox One.
Okay, so Splinter Cell. So there's that. We all know you've been waiting for that.
I'm a big old Splinter Cell fan, and Blacklist was really this cool mesh of Chaos Theory and Conviction. The series in a really good direction.
I thought you didn't play until Conviction, or did you play the old ones?
No,
I never had an OG Xbox.
I borrowed one from someone, and I played Splinter Cell 1 and 2 on PS2. So Splinter Cell.
I forgot they were on PS2. They eventually came to, right?
Chaos Theory was an Xbox exclusive.
Okay,
and so I borrowed someone's Xbox to play that game. Chaos Theory is masterful as far as stealth games go. I never played Double Agent because I heard such terrible things about it.
I actually did play Double Agent. It wasn't very good.
Conviction got me in because I just thought it looked really cool. That game is very stylish with the way like it goes dark and black, but it's very much an action game, not so much a stealth game. And then I played Blacklist, which was this cool return to form. They had Spies vs. Mercs come back and all that stuff.
Spies vs. Mercs was in Conviction, I thought. There was at least some sort of game mode, co-op game mode or multiplayer game mode.
There was co-op in Conviction for sure. I'm not sure about multiplayer.
I can't remember exactly what it was though.
Asymmetrical multiplayer.
Okay, so let's stay on task here then.
Okay.
Because my first is actually a Splinter Cell prediction as well, but
spicy.
They're not the same because my prediction. So exactly what I have written here. A new Splinter Cell game will not be announced by Ubisoft. Max will proceed to complain about it on Twitter. Roger Picorni will then sympathize with him.
All right, that's fair. You know
so that's my first prediction.
Oh my gosh, this just popped in my head. I never thought of it. Oh, wait, no, that's not a Square game. Never mind. I was thinking Splinter Cell Go, like Hitman Go and Lara Croft Go, but those aren't Square games. Never mind.
Yeah.
Really excited there for a second.
So that's my first prediction. Again, like I said, kind of meta, but
it's a meta, almost anti-prediction. Like you're
it's an anti-prediction as well as being meta. That is one of my more obscure predictions. So I will say that.
Okay.
But that is that's my first one here for the third parties. What's your next one?
My next one is also for Ubisoft. Assassin's Creed Origins is demoed. Surprise, surprise. To get a little bit more specific, they show a leap of faith off a pyramid because it's in Egypt. The gameplay, like the gameplay and world, is a little bit more opened up. When you kind of, at least when I think about it, really Assassin's Creed was only open world, and you would just travel from point A to point B. There wouldn't be a lot to do between those 2 points, and that may have changed in that, but I think it's going to be travel from A to B. And then the last part I have here is it makes Max excited. So
okay, I guess it would need to make you excited because you're not excited right now. So
no. So it's demo. There's a leap of faith off a pyramid. The gameplay is opened up a little bit more to make the world more interesting, and then I walk away excited.
So okay, not bad. I actually did not predict anything about Assassin's Creed at all because I figured that was too much of a gimme. In fact,
it's pretty obvious. I stayed away from Mario Rabbids. I was like, that game.
I stayed away from that as well. Yeah. So I do not have any other UB predictions. My only one was the Splinter Cell will not be announced. It was hard because I feel like Ubisoft has some tricks in their back pocket, but I also have absolutely no idea what those would be.
I just think they need a Tom Clancy game, and we've got the Division 2. Oh God, no, please.
The Division 2 is coming. Okay, so my next one. This is about. So we'll go from one of my more obscure meta ones to now one of my more straightforward ones. This is about a most straightforward prediction I have on my whole slate here, but I'm going to take it anyway. Wolfenstein sequel will be announced, and it will be set to be released in early 2018, spring 2018.
Okay.
So that's about as straightforward as I get, but I think that's a safe one. I think that's for sure going to happen. In fact, I wouldn't be, it's not part of my prediction, but I wouldn't be shocked if they lead the show off with that.
I'll change it because I did have a very similar prediction. My only difference was I think it's a summer 2018 game. I think Wolfenstein sounds like a really fun summer game. But I'll change it. I'll go to one of my backups because that was all I had was Wolfenstein revealed and comes out in summer. And my backup not safer, but the easier of the two. South Park, The Fractured But Whole is coming to Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
Say that.
Will it launch day and date? Or do you want to double down and go?
Yes,
with that?
Because they've delayed that game enough.
Okay. So South Park, October, what? I think 15th, maybe? Something in there.
Something in there. And
maybe,
it launches on,
I think is actually what it is. 17th.
Launches day and day on Switch with Xbox One, PC, and PS4.
Okay. Pretty good. My next one.
Don't take any of my other ones.
At EA Play.
Ooh.
A famous actor or actress from Star Wars will appear to discuss Battlefront 2.
Interesting.
The actor in question, to go along with my prediction, will be John Boyega, and he will reveal that Finn is a playable character in Battlefront 2.
Okay. I like that. That's good. That I totally can see that happening.
So there's my first EA prediction.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna jump one up on the list.
That does seem likely. They always got the celebs at their EA events. Last year it was just one celebrity.
Zac Efron?
There's Zac Efron, Jamie Kennedy, or not Jamie.
Snoop Dogg.
Wiz Khalifa was there. Snoop Dogg was there. Was it Jamie Kennedy? Yeah.
Maybe.
No, Jimmy Fox, not Jimmy Kennedy. Jamie Kennedy has the awful E3 history that you can go look up on YouTube where he was like
Jamie Fox,
drunk or high. No, it was Jamie Fox who was there.
Okay. All right. My next one, I'll do an EA one as well. EA finally reveals Amy Hennig's Star Wars game.
Dang it.
No release is given, but we do get a feel for the story with a short demo.
Okay, so I actually, going off of that, I will not use this, but I did have a similar one where I said they will reveal it. I don't think they'll show gameplay though, and I don't think they will give a time frame as well.
Okay, so we at least agree on the time frame.
Yeah, I don't. I think
there'll be gameplay. It'll just be a trailer.
I think it's 2019. Honestly, like this is again, this isn't one of my predictions, but that's just what I think about that game. I bet they show a story trailer, and that's about it.
Okay. So that's why I wanted to
get
get it in there first. That was probably my meteor prediction out of the third parties.
My backup for this kind of sucks though, but that's okay. Okay, so sticking with EA though. BioWare's new IP will be revealed at EA Play. Will be incredibly broad though.
Okay.
We will see a reveal trailer and more details will come next year.
Okay. So to kind of elaborate a little bit, is it like that E3 from, I want to say 3 years ago, where they just showed dev docs the entire time?
I think we'll get a proper like reveal trailer or reveal teaser. But it won't show gameplay, and it'll just kind of give us insight into the world that they're creating and possibly the characters.
It'll be like, this is the kind of world we're making. It's
more along
fantasy,
those lines.
Blah blah blah, whatever.
And I think they will not give a really. I think I didn't put this down, so I guess it's technically not part of my prediction. But I don't think it comes out next year. But I think they will aim for next year. It's been dude. This game's been in development for.
Oh really? They have two teams.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
This is the new game that Casey Hudson I think is directing, who directed the original Mass Effect trilogy. So they've been stewing on this game for a really long time. So it's ready to be revealed finally.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So this is the last one. This is number 5, right?
Yes. So this is number 5 for our third parties.
I'll let you pick the company. I have a pretty bland Bethesda one, and I have a pretty it would be exciting, but it's pretty bland again for EA. So EA or Bethesda, you can pick for me.
Mine is go ahead and do EA.
Okay. This was one of my backups, but I kind of like the idea of it. A VR Star Wars game is revealed, and it is coming to PSVR first.
Okay, that's good. So you think they do reveal that at EA Play, though?
Yes.
Okay. I could be.
We'll talk about
Respawn's doing something.
We'll talk about PSVR a little later in the show, probably. I would think.
Yeah. So my last one for third party as well is pretty bland, but I'm just going to throw this out here. No new games will be revealed from Bethesda Game Studios, the development side of Bethesda. Todd Howard will not take the stage at any point during their conference. And to take it one step further, they will not mention Skyrim for Switch in passing in any way.
Ooh.
Because I don't think they want to give that game that much. I don't think they want to give that game the time of day.
I'm really surprised you say that, because if you remember, I believe it was E3 last year, they announced Fallout 4 VR.
Yeah, so that is the only thing I think has a chance of showing up.
And since Microsoft is before them that day, after Scorpio will be revealed proper, and they have said that there will be some sort of VR support, and Windows is really pushing that on their PC market, I wouldn't be surprised to see Fallout 4 VR announced exclusively for Scorpio, whatever. So we'll see.
Maybe I have that written down somewhere else. Who knows?
Oh my. It might show up a little earlier in the day.
Potentially. There's potential for it. So that is all of ours for third party. So I've got Wolfenstein. I've got BioWare's new IP. I've got John Boyega appearing and announcing that Finn's in Battlefront 2. No new Splinter Cell. Max will cry. And also Bethesda Game Studios is not showing off a thing, which is kind of a safe prediction because they do not have Elder Scrolls 6 ready to go or anything like that.
They don't.
And the only thing I would think they really could show off is Fallout VR, but I don't think they're going to, honestly. So,
all right. And to briefly recap mine, I've got a new Splinter Cell game shown off on Scorpio for spring 2018, and all the other games are coming to back compat. Assassin's Creed Origins is demoed. There's a leap of faith off a pyramid. The gameplay's changed slightly, and I personally am excited. EA reveals Amy Hennig's Star Wars game. No release is given, but we get a feel for the story with the short demo. Star Wars VR game coming out, PSVR first, and then South Park is coming to Switch.
Okay. Pretty good third-party ones, actually. I didn't know how that one would work for us since we split them up in that way, but I think we had a good mix there.
I can't imagine if we came up with 5 for each one, I would have been weakened out pretty quick.
One I had the most trouble with was Ubisoft's, and you actually put forward some that I didn't think about, such as South Park coming to Switch. I think that's actually pretty solid prediction. But yeah, I didn't want to predict anything Rabbids, anything Assassin's Creed, anything Far
Rabbids
Cry.
was like too open.
Like, because even though these are predictions, and while we are scoring this to see who gets the higher point total, like, that's not fun. It's not fun to predict things
Easy
that
points.
you know will happen. So that's why, like, my prediction for like Bethesda will reveal Wolfenstein, I was kind of like, all right, whatever. Which is why I put the second caveat of early 2018.
Early 2018
release. So at least there's a little bit more depth there to it.
Okay.
But there's third party. That is all done. We are now going to jump to our first party developer / publisher, and we're going to do Nintendo first. So Max, do you want me to start this one?
Yeah, you start this one since I started the last one. Why not? Lay it on me.
Okay. I'm gonna save that one because I know you will not take that one. Here's an anti-prediction.
Oh my gosh! All right, hurt me good.
Metroid 3, Mother 3, and a new F-Zero game will not be announced. So prepare yourself for disappointment.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So all three of them.
All
so
three
no
of those.
Metroid.
No Metroid. No Mother 3. No F-Zero. Those three franchises, we will not see any games. And that includes Federation Force. If there's anything Federation Force, then I guess I technically lose my prediction on this. But we will not see anything from those three franchises. Wow. Anything new. I'll say that in case there's like virtual
if they show
console
it like
garbage or something.
Console or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, to be clear, Mother 3 would be a virtual console game.
That's true.
But I'll give you that. Like, Mother 3 will not be there.
But that's like a unicorn.
I know. It's a mythical creature. Okay. So, I guess to counter that, I'll lead off with my, again, like last time,
it's not happening. It's not gonna happen.
A Metroid game is announced. Please, Nintendo. It is 2D, and it is given a early 2018 window.
Yeah, right.
I say this only because I feel like Nintendo's been, so far with the Switch, been pretty good about detailing their big first-party games and keeping them fairly consistent with, there was Zelda, then Mario Kart, which is just a port, ARMS, Splatoon 2, and then we're going to be seeing Mario Odyssey here in the fall. I think Metroid is that. Oh, the family's home. 2018 timeframe, early 2018. Okay. So that'll be my, again, that's really like the biggest dream.
That's why I came out, and that's why I came out of the gate. I'm not predicting any Metroids. Metroids don't appear at these shows. So it's time to stop guessing that they're going to happen, because it never will.
One other prediction I have later on in the show, the ultimate dream. We'll get to it though. Okay. What's your number 2?
So my second one, and actually this is kind of newsworthy, but I had this before the news, and I don't really think this is probably a better prediction than it was a week ago, but I'm going to stick with it. Super Smash Brothers Wii U will be ported to Switch with 2 new characters, and the GameCube adapter will be compatible on Switch.
Okay. Real quick, those leaks were fake.
Were they fake?
Yeah, the guy came out and said he made them. They're fake.
Okay, then that's good. Then because I'm still going to double down on this prediction.
Okay, no. Yeah, I just wanted you to know, like, it is still a good prediction.
Okay, that's fine.
I actually didn't even think of Smash Brothers when I was thinking of my predictions, so good on you. I didn't.
So that game will be ported.
What are the 2 characters?
I don't know. I have not said specifically, but there will be 2 new characters.
Okay.
And the GameCube adapter will work on the Switch.
I definitely believe the GameCube adapter working. There's those 2 USB ports right there on the side. It's too perfect.
There is, but again, that would mean we can utilize controllers
15-year-old controller.
Yeah, on a new console, which is so strange, but
I would love it. Okay, I will. Yeah, I'll do this one. Because it kind of goes back to your prediction a little bit. Is detailed. Finally including GameCube games as well. I don't have a launch written down. Do you want me to throw in a launch?
If you want to.
I don't have one written down.
I have a similar prediction. Okay. There is about
I'll keep it the way I have it written. Virtual Console is detailed, finally including GameCube games, and then in parentheses to make it like the most extreme it can be, Mother 3 is a launch Virtual Console game.
Okay, so there we go.
So it ties a little bit back to what you were doing.
So I have a Virtual Console prediction, but I'm actually going to just keep it because I think it is different enough, because I have a bunch of different predictions within the prediction that I think separates the two of us.
I decree that is fine.
So I'm going to stick with this. So we'll just do mine right now. Switch Virtual Console will be revealed, will launch in July.
Okay.
Games will stagger out in waves initially, and GameCube games will be included within these. Within these. The first set of GameCube games revealed to be coming to Virtual Console will be Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, Mario Sunshine, and Luigi's Mansion. Not all three will come out at the same time. They will stagger out over the course of the first few weeks, similar to what they did with Super Nintendo games coming to 3DS. If you remember,
they also did this with Wii games coming to Wii U.
Sure. So we got that too. And then the last caveat on this prediction: cross-buy will still not be included because Nintendo is Nintendo. So the past games you bought on 3DS and Wii U, got to buy them again. So get ready to buy them again.
Very,
so that's
very
my Virtual Console prediction. So there's like three different. There's a lot in that one. I stacked into one prediction.
I will. One I have written down a little further down. Crossing Switch and mobile revealed together, long and specifically in the month of September.
Okay, so you said September
of 2017. Both
for both of them. Okay, so
Animal Crossing Switch and because again, I think they've been doing really well about having big first-party games kind of spaced out pretty well, and I think Animal Crossing can fill that void up until Mario this year.
How do you think the two fit together? Do you want to say or no? Not even a part of your prediction, but how do you think the two?
Yeah, not a part of my prediction. It's going to be a way to interact with your town's members when you're away from friends out on the go, when you don't have like your Switch and stuff. I feel like it's going to be that system. So, sending letters, buying things, selling things,
pulling weeds
in the game. No pulling weeds.
Oh man, that's the best part. That's good. I actually avoided Animal Crossing because I figured you would do one. And I also guested on our friend of the show, Jared Weich's podcast, and I did some Nintendo predictions too. And I did one associated with Animal Crossing over there. So you can find out later this week on Control.
Logan's predicting all over the place.
Yeah, I'm spraying my predictions everywhere this year. Let's see. Well, we got 2 left now, or at least I have 2 left. So this is number 4.
Yes, 2 left.
Okay. So this is less about their digital event that they're going to have and more about them actually at E3. So, but stick with me here. So
I'm sticking.
The entirety of Nintendo's presence at E3 will center around Super Mario Odyssey, much like last year when they only focused on Zelda Breath of the Wild. No, this means that no more than 4 first-party titles will be available to play on the show floor at E3 itself.
Okay.
So that's kind of a weird one. But I think they're going to want to hone in really hard on Mario and have that be the main thing people are playing. They will have other things to demo, obviously, between 3DS and Switch all across the show floor. But I don't think any of them, there will be no more than 4 that are first-party developed.
Okay.
And in fact,
that's a good one.
I'll even go with 3. I'll even change my prediction on the fly here. No more than 3 will be playable on the show floor. First party developed.
Okay. Okay. I like it. One of those is automatically Mario. So really you only have 2.
One of those is automatically Mario. So you can only do 2 more. Yeah.
Just checking.
Okay.
I've got like a pretty one. And then do you want the Mario one or do you want something a little crazy here?
It's up to you. I mean, if you feel like the Mario one's safe and you want to go crazy, then it's up to you.
I guess I got 2 more left, so I'll do the Mario one. Super Mario Odyssey is shown in detail including a world that was not shown off in that initial trailer. And it launches on, I want to double check this. I have it written down as November 26th, but I want to make sure that that is the final Sunday of November.
That
is the final Sunday of November.
Yes,
so November 26th, or
Okay.
the last week before Black Friday.
Is that the last week before? Is it?
That's the last Sunday before Black Friday. Yes.
It's that late in the year this year?
The 26th. Yeah. Because the 30th is the
Black Friday. No, the 30th would be
is Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving's the 23rd. The 24th would be Black Friday.
Oh.
December 1st would be
I thought,
that Friday.
I thought Thanksgiving was the last Thursday of the month.
No, it is
the 4th Thursday of the month?
Yes.
Oh.
Which this year is the 23rd.
All right. Then
So if you want to restack that to the week before, then I will allow it.
November 19th then. I want it the Sunday before Black Friday.
Okay.
Down to the wire. So November 19th, and I'll change that here in my notes. For Super Mario Odyssey, it's shown in detail, including a world we have not seen yet.
Okay.
It's like a safer one.
Okie doke. My last one.
Ooh.
Very obscure. Like, very, very obscure. Nintendo entire digital event will again center around another strange gimmick similar to the puppets and the robot chicken animations that happened within the past few years. This time, we will see Reggie animated in cartoon form to stand alongside Mario and other famous Nin characters in the same cartoon stylings of the Super Mario Super Show.
That is a deep cut.
So that's my prediction. We will see Reggie Fils-Aimé cartoon animated to stand along Mario and friends in the same cartoon stylings of the Super Mario Super Show from the 90s. That's my prediction.
Wow, that's I'm picturing it now. Wow, you got crazy predictions, man. I'll go with my favorite out of the last ones I've got here. Retro's new game is revealed, or Donkey Kong. It is a trailer with no date given. This is their far off game, the one that you're like, this is what you want, this is happening later in the Switch's life.
It's a new IP then?
It is not Metroid or Donkey Kong, so they could have another Nintendo IP.
So it could be a Nintendo property, okay.
It could be, but it is not Metroid.
Okay.
Summaries,
yes. You also might want to turn off your camera. You've been coming in really bad like the last 5 minutes.
Okay, a bunch of people did just get home.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We want to see your beautiful face, but we can't sometimes. Yeah, I put it really bad.
I put it down. Let me know if it continues.
Okay, so recapping our predictions. No more than 3 first-party titles will be playable on the show floor for Nintendo this year. Metroid, Mother 3, and F-Zero games will not be announced. New games, of course, besides Mother 3, which is an old game. Smash Brothers Wii U will be ported to the Switch. 2 new characters will be on the Switch version, and the GameCube adapter will be compatible with the Switch. Virtual Console will be revealed. It will launch in July. Games will stagger out in waves, and GameCube games will be included within these. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, Mario Sunshine, and Luigi's Mansion will be the first revealed to come to Virtual Console, and Cross-Buy will still not be included. And then their digital event will feature Reggie being animated like a cartoon to stand amongst Mario, Luigi, and friends, similar to the Super Mario Super Show. So
hearing you read it all out in a row, I love it.
My predictions are insane.
They are so good. Oh, this is my favorite show of the year, because we can say this crazy stuff.
I tried to really think out of the box this year.
Oh my gosh, the Mario cartoon. Oh, it's too good. All right. And to recap mine real quick for Nintendo, a Metroid game is announced. It is in 2D style with a early 2018 window. The Virtual Console is detailed, finally including GameCube games, and Mother 3 launches day and day with the Virtual Console. Super Mario Odyssey is shown in detail, including a world we have not seen yet, and it is launching on November 19th. That is the Sunday before Black Friday. Retro's new game is revealed. It is not a Metroid game or a Donkey Kong game. It is shown with a trailer and no date is given. And last but not least, Animal Crossing Switch and mobile are revealed together, launching in the fall of 2017, specifically in the month of September.
Okay. See, these are the layers I was talking about. Did you have all these caveats before I mentioned it to you?
I had them in parentheses. I had them in parentheses, and then you were like, "No, you got to be crazy." And I was like, "All right, I'll just take."
Well, we can award half points and thirds of points and all this other stuff. Like we will actually have to. A thing we've been bad about in past years is I don't think we've ever actually tallied up the scores. Have we? It's more like we just throw out these predictions and then move on with our lives.
I thought last year, like we did do, like this is what I got.
Maybe within the live post shows we did. I can't remember exactly though. Yeah. Episode 97, we will actually tally up who won these.
Yep.
We'll have to figure it out.
It's going to be a hoop. I will be. I want you to send me the doc of like what you have written down so I can
I'll send you the ones. I'll cancel out the ones that I didn't use and stuff like that too. And I will send you the official ones so that
the official list.
So halfway home. Nintendo third parties are done. Let's move on to Microsoft and Xbox, who I think I've said this for a long time. I think they have the potential to have the biggest E3 out of everyone. They also have the most to lose at this show as well.
And what do you mean by the biggest E3? Just for clarity.
So, I mean, Xbox has been so quiet over the past year. And I really, really, really think they have been holding their cards for this moment right here next week. Because again, like they have not said a lot over the past 12 months since revealing Scorpio. It's been honestly strange how quiet they've been over at Microsoft. And I think they have been plotting and waiting for this moment. And everybody thinks that Scorpio is going to be powerful and there's going to be a lot with it, but they need the games to come with it. Ironically, I did not do a lot of predictions centered on what those games could be. I think that's because honestly, like some of these aren't predictions that I have, but I think they could have like one or two new IP that like just we've never seen before. I think that would make sense for them. I think they need to move in a new direction as a company that is less focused on Halo and Gears being their big games, and like they need to find that new game for a new generation, similar to like a new PS4 IP that has come out this generation and has done incredibly well.
Speaking of which, tomorrow from the day we're recording is my birthday, which means I'm going to get Horizon no matter what.
Are you getting it tomorrow?
I will either get it as a gift from someone or I'll just buy it myself.
Okay, that's good.
But the problem is I'm 40 hours in Persona, and if I get Horizon, I'm going to have to do what you did with Zelda. Is like you had to finish what you were playing, which was Horizon, ironically, at the time.
Yeah.
And then Zelda, like
Horizon will be there when you want to get to it. Like I think you will.
I'm very excited for that game though.
It's very good. You will enjoy it.
And also Persona is.
I need to play that at some point, but I've been trying to hold off.
Well, with your trip coming up, it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm really going to play anything. I'm playing something for review right now, but that's about probably the last
kind of to bring it back to Microsoft. This is probably, especially my two of my predictions are probably weaker than I think the rest of my sets of predictions stack up, and that's because I'm the least familiar with Microsoft as a brand and company as a whole for their gaming market. And so I did try to be creative with some of these from my, I'll say outside, I put quotes around that perspective, because I mean I know what they make, but I'm not in the weeds with the brand. So I'm very excited to watch this, and I hope some of these pan out.
Well, so kind of like I said, I felt like this was one of my harder ones to do predictions for as well, because I feel like they just like I have some predictions that were like, oh, maybe they could bring back this Xbox franchise from the past, but I really think they need to create new things. So I could have done just an at large. I think they will show off X number of IP. I mean, I guess that could have been an X number of new IP. Like that could have been a worthwhile prediction, but I didn't do that. I think there is going to be a lot new in this show that we have no knowledge of right now. I guess that's what I've been saying the last few months, though, is that they have the most to gain here, because everybody has been waiting for this moment, Microsoft included, to really decide where they're going to go throughout the rest of this generation, because they're really kind of stuck somewhere in the middle right now, where they're not doing bad, but they're not doing obviously as good as Sony. And they can't. We know there's going to be Scorpio details given, but we need the games to go with them. And I don't know what a lot of those games will be, because I think that it will fall quiet on everyone's ears if you come out and just try to rehash old franchises that you've already had. So I think we need to see some new stuff. So I will be in the audience for that one. I am so much looking forward to exiting that area with everybody afterwards and seeing what the tone and the vibe is that everybody has. That's going to be so interesting to me, because I've never really been a part of that. And I wonder how everybody will collectively feel leaving that event after seeing what Microsoft has shown. But let's get into the predictions. I do think they're the most interesting one. This is happening a week from today on Sunday. Max, you can go first on this one.
All right, I'll start out with the safest topic, at least for Microsoft, which is Scorpio, because they said it's going to be there. The Scorpio will be called the Xbox Elite, due to they have like an Elite controller. So I think Xbox Elite makes sense. He said it's for the
Xbox. I want to specify this. Is it just going to be Xbox Elite or Xbox One Elite? Because Xbox they have done this in the past. I have no idea if you're aware, but there was the Xbox 360 Elite. That was a console.
I would say they would call it the Xbox One Elite then.
Okay.
Because it's called the Xbox One S and the Xbox One, so Xbox One Elite. Okay. Because, they have the brand Elite with that controller. I think it just makes sense. Phil Spencer has said it's for the pro gamer, like the ones that strive for all the pretty polygons and frames and pixels and whatnot. It is priced at $500 US, so $499.99 if we want to get super specific. It launches, and I'll double check this date again, but September 19th is what I have written down. And September 19th is a Tuesday. So yes, it is the third Tuesday in September. It will launch September 19th.
Okie doke. I will go ahead and, like I said, this will probably be the only one where we really have similar predictions, but it makes sense for us to have similar predictions on this one. Project Scorpio will now be formally called the Xbox One X.
That was what I originally had until this morning, and I thought, Elite, I think, makes more sense just because of the controller branding.
Yeah, it can, but again, like I said, they did do that with
Xbox 360. One X, which is where my brain was originally. So cool.
It will be priced at $499.99, so we're in alignment there. It will launch Friday, November 10th.
Okay, Friday. So Friday.
Console launches are on Friday. Just
are they
throwing that out there? Yeah, PSVR was, or no, PSVR was like a Thursday actually. No, all console launches are typically Fridays though.
Okay.
Switch
I'll stick with my Tuesday.
Switch was, PS4 was, and so was Xbox.
All right. I stand corrected in my just hazy memory of what day these boxes come out on, but I will stick with my 19th day.
But we're in alignment there on the price. We think 500 is the sweet spot for that system. It's real easy for them to spin it and be like, yo, it's the same price as the Xbox One was when it originally released anyway. So that's really easy for them to get behind that, I think, and still say that it's like a premium console without going. If they go much past 500, I think they're really losing people more than potentially already could be. Yeah. So,
all right,
Scorpio.
My number 2, Crackdown 3 is dusted off. Like, give us a nice demo, and it launches day and day with the Xbox. We'll just say Scorpio from here on out since we both have different names. It launches day and day with the Scorpio. So for my prediction, that would be September 19th.
Okie doke. Good news. Good, because that is actually an exact prediction that I had as well. So I will have to move to one of my backups here in a bit. Let's go with this. Cuphead will arrive on stage, or a new trailer will be shown for it, which will include a release date at the end of said trailer. It will be releasing
right now
in July.
No.
It's going to release in July. You heard it here
think
first.
They drag it out on stage again to not say it comes out right now?
No, it won't come out right then. No. Okay. It'll come out very soon though. They'll give it the inside treatment, where it'll be out very, very soon after.
Okay. Cuphead's one of my backups, so
Cuphead releases in July. You heard it here first. I'm very confident in that prediction too. I don't know anything. I just have, of all of my predictions that I have like this strange gut feeling with, that is the one. Okay. July.
All right. My next prediction is kind of two things, but they go together because they're from the same company. Tomb Raider 3 is officially revealed. I believe it was called like Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider, yeah.
So that is officially revealed at Xbox's show. And then all else I wrote was also there will be a teaser for the Marvel game that Square is working on.
They said you wouldn't hear that until 2018, Max.
A teaser. There's a teaser, because the reason I say that is Sony has the Spider-Man game, and Marvel is such a big draw in entertainment. I think Microsoft just wants some sort of Marvel association with their platform, and I think showing off a teaser, just something for this new game, is going to help them out.
I agree with that.
So Tomb Raider and Marvel.
Okie doke. My next one. 343 Industries' Bonnie Ross will appear at the event to talk about the future of the Halo franchise and how it will be impacted by the power of Scorpio. While Halo 6 will not be shown off, Ross will reveal a new Halo game that is a spin-off in the same vein as ODST and Reach. A trailer and gameplay footage will be shown in a new trailer, and it will with the gameplay being played on Scorpio. It will release later this year.
Okay, I think our Halo predictions are different enough. And please do tell me if you think it's too similar.
Okay,
I will change it if you believe it is. So I'll do my Halo one now. A Halo spinoff is revealed. It details Chief's side of the story from Halo 5, specifically. And what is the name of that team? It's the three other Spartans that are with him, Buck and stuff.
I cannot remember.
Details how they all kind of came to Chief's aid and came together. And here's the kicker. It is episodic.
I'm fine. That's similar. That's different enough. I mean, not similar.
So enough. each character gets a chapter, essentially.
Yeah. I think they want to draw out this trilogy or whatever they're doing here. This new, there's a name for this trilogy. I can't remember what it is. I think they're going to try to draw it out a little bit more. And so inserting a spinoff here makes sense. And they've said that their Halo 6 will not be at E3, but
which we talked about a couple
weeks ago. Yeah. But I think it makes sense to see a spinoff of some sort. So we're in alignment there. Episodic. God,
that was the kicker.
No. Please no.
I could see these chunks, just like set piece chunks of working together. I don't know. It gives
Reach was episodic in nature to a point almost. So with how that campaign worked, so I could see that. It
also gives them like an opportunity to experiment with episodic content IPs. So
if they did do something like that, I wonder what the fan feedback would be up front. I mean, obviously, it would be very much tied to the moment. Because I think there'd be a lot of backlash around that. But of course, once all the episodes are out, like, does anybody
it was the same for Hitman. It was like this backlash was very bad, but then the game turned out to be now Hitman and Halo are two very different types of gameplay. So, but that's my kicker.
How's the multiplayer impacted if it's episodic? Is there multiplayer, or is it ODST where it is just pretty much the campaign? ODST did add
just the campaign. I mean, if there is, this isn't part of my prediction. If there is multiplayer, they would do kind of what Naughty Dog's doing with Lost Legacy, where they're just putting Uncharted 4's multiplayer in there with it.
Okay, that makes sense. Like, so just Halo 5 multiplayer is what's included.
And also not part of my prediction, but I think this is likely to happen. I say they put Halo 5 multiplayer on PC. That's not part of my prediction, but I think that would happen because they're all about this cross play now. I think.
Yeah,
they should throw that because Forge is already on PC.
Yeah, it is.
So I could see the multiplayer just making the jump.
That could happen. My next one. Multiple representatives from third-party publishers will appear during the conference to talk about the power of Scorpio and the way that they plan to implement it in their upcoming titles. One of these representatives will be Pete Hines from Bethesda, who will tease more that will be revealed later in the night at their own conference. Other representatives, who I will not name because I don't want to get too specific, will also appear from both EA and Activision.
Activision?
Mm-hmm.
It's the interesting one.
Yes, Activision will be...
Activision is they're in bed with Sony right now.
Yeah, but they got a bunch of different games.
I know they have a bunch of different games, but woo.
And it's not even like exclusive deals or anything like that. Like I said, they're just
on stage to talk about Scorpio.
How big Scorpio is going to be and how powerful it is and blah, 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 blah.
Right. So that was your last one then.
So I'll double down on Pete Hines, but not the others. That was not my last one.
Okay. That was 5.
That was 4.
Oh, I started.
You
My
started
bad. I'm at 5. This is 5.
So
gotcha.
This is 5 for you.
2 of them are lame. One of them is just way out there and not possible.
I think I'm going to make one up on the spot that I had 3 backups for this one. I had 3 backups for this. I think I'm going to choose the funny one.
I'm going to throw out my absurd one. I'm basically throwing this point away because it's not going to happen.
Okay.
But because the other 2, I'll just say what the other 2 are. Sea of Thieves launches with the Scorpio and Cuphead is out now. Those are my 2 other ones. I think they're lame. I'm going into the vault. We're pulling out the craziest one. Well, episodic Halo is probably actually crazier, but Banjo 3, 3E. Banjo 3E is announced. It is being developed and Rare together.
It is not the third one, though. That's the problem.
They're going to call it Banjo 3E. Nuts and bolts, it didn't happen.
I'm fine with that timeline. I'm good with that. If that were to happen.
If a point was $1 bill, I just took it and lit it on fire.
Yeah, pretty much, because that's not happening.
But you know what? Let's throw a little Zane into the predictions for Microsoft.
So I had 3 backups, or I had 2 backups written down. A third one I did not write down, but I was thinking of writing down. I think I'm going to go with the unwritten one. Yeah, I'm going to go with the unwritten one just because it's more fun than the others I have. I can't even tell you the others I have. One of which I have, and I'm not confident in this at all. And I actually don't think this will happen. That's partially why I want to do it. But one of them I had was centered around Fable coming back. I said it'll be the team making it will be a new studio comprised of former Lionhead developers. No release date will be given, and it will serve as a relaunch of the series that will not take place in the country of Albion. But I don't want to do that one. So we're not going to do that. The other one I was going to do was Scorpio will be revealed to utilize Oculus Rift headsets, and Fallout VR will appear on stage and will launch with Oculus on Scorpio later in the year. You didn't hear that one, did you? You didn't hear that one, did you? No, that's fine. I said one of my other backups was that Scorpio will be revealed to utilize Oculus Rift. Fallout VR will appear on stage and will launch with Oculus on Scorpio later in the year. I don't want to do that one either. So my actual 5th prediction. I will take a photograph with Phil Spencer. That is it.
All right.
That's my only prediction.
All right. Photograph with Phil Spencer. So obviously your odds are incredibly more likely.
I can manage my own odds in this scenario because it is dependent on my scheming and my plotting.
Yes, it is much better than my Banjo 3 as far as the odds.
So it's almost kind of cheating because I can try to go out of my way to make sure that this happens and that I earn a point. But at the same time, talking to the head of Xbox at E3 and then getting him to take a picture with me is probably going to be very, very, very hard.
I mean, if you get that, can you at least, when you're talking to him, just go, hey, I have an E3 bet prediction podcast, which you should come on, by the way.
That's the way in. Yeah, that's a good way in.
Will you take a picture with me? And then you also have just invited him on our podcast.
That's a good way. Double up. Just got to double up like that.
All right.
So I will have a photograph with Phil Spencer. So to recount my 5, Scorpio is going to be called Xbox One X, be $499 to launch on Friday, November 10th. Cuphead will come out on stage. New trailer come out in July. Halo spinoff coming out later this year with a new trailer being shown. We will see Pete Hines from Bethesda talking about Scorpio, telling you to see more later tonight about Scorpio at the Bethesda conference. We will also see other unnamed guests from EA and Activision talking about the Scorpio. And then I'll get a picture with Phil Spencer.
In mine, the Scorpio is called Xbox Elite. It is priced at $499.99. Launches on September 19th, which is a Tuesday. Crackdown 3 is demoed and given a release date of the same day as the Scorpio launch. Tomb Raider 3, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is officially revealed on stage. And also a teaser for the Square Marvel game is shown. A Halo spinoff is revealed, detailing Chief's side of the story from Halo 5. Specifically how he and his team of fellow Spartans got together. Episodic. And then last but not least, Banjo 3E is announced and it's being developed by Playtonic and Rare together.
Playtonic and Rare together? That's exactly why it's not happening. I think Playtonic does not like Microsoft at all.
Why would they not?
Like, they resent them for what they did to their company. I don't know. I've kind of talked to some of those guys, and I've talked to one of those guys. I talked to Grant Kirkhope. I interviewed him, and he did not have the nicest of things to say. He didn't say anything bad, or like overly bad, but he just kind of threw some shade, saying things along the lines of like, well, now that we were free, we felt like we could do what we wanted and stuff like that, which, I mean, when you work under Microsoft, I'm sure you can't do all the projects that you want to do, but that's my prediction for that.
There's Microsoft.
That's not a prediction. That's my rebuttal saying Playtonic will not work with Microsoft. Last group then, Sony. How'd you feel going into this one? Because honestly, Sony's kind of shown their hand, and I really didn't. I don't know. Like, I didn't want to do any super simple predictions for this. Like, I felt like they're not easy to predict because I feel like they could still come out with some crazy things from left field. But again, we do know what is in the pipeline for the PS4.
I thought it was pretty safe, easy.
Yeah,
it was predictable.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for Sony's, of course. Got my movie theater tickets.
Yeah, I was going to actually ask you about that.
Yep. So this is the 3rd year in the row. I've been doing it from the beginning. I'm very excited for that. You were invited. You're going to be there, right?
I'll be there. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So we'll both be in a large theater. Just one of us will be a little bit closer to the actual showing.
Just a couple thousand miles. Yeah.
Just a little bit. So I thought like it was predictable. So I'm curious to see what you've cooked up, Mr. Crazy Prediction Man.
I've got some good ones for this.
Okay. So I started last time, so you go ahead.
You started last time, did you?
I did.
Yeah,
you did.
You did
On Microsoft because we had the whole. I thought it was 5.
Okay, good. Actually, good because I actually want to go first on this one because I want to make sure I want squatting rights on this prediction.
Okay.
Spider-Man will receive a formal title alongside a new gameplay video. It will be playable on the show floor at E3.
Okay.
It will have a 2018 release window.
Okay.
And at least one major villain will be shown off in the new trailer for the game.
Okay. You took mine and just added way more specificity to it. So that's fine. That's perfect. All I said was there's a Spider-Man demo and it's given a date of 2018. That was it.
So yeah, I think we see a new villain. I think he's gonna have a cool.
Do you want to name the villain?
Style to him. Like
yeah,
they've put their own spin on the Spidey suit. I think they'll put their own spin on Green Goblin and Doc Ock and all those guys. So
Doc Ock would be cool.
So yeah.
All right.
That's my Spider-Man prediction.
So all right, your Spider-Man prediction. These, because they've kind of shown their hand, most of these are honestly like just what they're going to show of the game and then when it's coming out.
Yeah, kind of. That's why I was saying it was kind of strange when I make predictions for, because
they really do have kind of everything out there. Yeah. I will just go to what I had written down next, which is Sucker Punch's new game is revealed. It is a new IP, open world, and it is given a 2018 window.
Okay.
It's going to help.
So you think they're going to give a window for this game up front when they haven't even given windows as of yet for Spider-Man, God of War, Dreams, Detroit Become Human, and Days Gone.
Dreams.
And no, GT Gran Turismo Sport has a window. It's this year.
And The Last of Us.
And The Last of Us Part 2. And Death Stranding.
Yep. A few more specific release windows for some of those games you mentioned here in a minute, but yes.
Okay.
They give a 2018 window for Sucker Punch's new open world IP game.
Okay. I'm in. My next one. From Software's next game will be revealed. It is not Bloodborne 2. It is instead a completely new IP. 2018 release window will be given, and it will be exclusive to the PS4.
Okay.
I could have gone Bloodborne 2. I don't think we're
actually really happy you didn't. I was surprised. I'm surprised you didn't.
I would like to see Bloodborne 2, but I don't think we're going. I don't think we're going to. I think it's going to be a new IP. From's got a lot of stuff they're working on though, so
making all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, they're going crazy over there.
Here's another safer one.
Okay.
Dawn is giving a demo, showing off the world and how you're going to navigate through the world on the motorcycle and stuff. It's not just going to be a contained demo. You all right there?
Yeah, you froze. I'm sorry.
Oh, did you hear the end of it?
No, I did not hear the end of it. Sorry. Repeat that last part.
Days Gone gets a demo, shows off the world, how you're going to navigate the motorcycle and stuff like that. And is given a date of November 7th, 2017.
Okay, so you're calling your shots. Okay.
It comes out this year.
I think it comes out this year as well.
It's Ben's time.
Okay.
I thought originally my idea for this prediction was they're given a date in October, but then they delay it into November. I thought but I wasn't that mean to Ben.
Okay. Here we go.
Right.
So this is an actual one that I wrote down. And I'm sorry if I'm stepping on your feet. I'll read exactly what I have written down. Against my better judgment,
do not steal this from me.
And against what I think Naughty Dog should actually do
it.
We will see a new quick glimpse of The Last of Us Part 2, but no release window will be given, and no explanation or discussion of what we see on screen will be talked about. So they will literally just show us a new trailer. There will be no game. We will not see gameplay.
All right, then we're good.
So they will just show us a quick glimpse. It will be almost like teaser part 2. So if teaser part 1 was PSX, this will be teaser part 2.
They have been in the studio filming the game. They have
no release. No one will even talk about the game. You know how they did those trailers last year where it was just like they'd stack 3 together and then Sean Layton would come out and be like,
I'm Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, something like that. Like that is what they will do here. We will just see a trailer. No one will comment on it at all.
All right. You didn't take it away from me.
I think that is a bad idea. Like, I really want them to go quiet on this game, but I think we'll see it for some reason.
I'll go with my Last of Us prediction, which I want to say up front. I agree with you that they should be quiet on this game. To see anything until like 6 months before.
I mean, they've got Last Legacy. Like that
they've
is their
got
game this year. They can.
Naughty Dog has their game. Like they're fine. Yeah. So I just want to say I agree with you up front. But I do think that they are crazy enough to show off The Last of Us Part 2, but give us a demo. A vertical slice of the game showing off Ellie and how they're spicing up the combat just a little bit, how they're changing things up.
How she plays.
How she, yes.
The adult play different from,
yeah, because it's different, a little different than Left Behind, and how they're changing some of the gameplay. I think they are crazy enough to do that. It's only a small team at Naughty Dog working on Lost Legacy, and sure, Neil is in the studio, film the acting and the cutscenes and whatnot. There's been plenty of pictures of them in mocap, but the rest of the Naughty Dog has to be working on something, and I think they have a vertical slice for us.
Is that all of your prediction?
Yeah, they should have a demo.
Okay. Because I was gonna see if you had more specifics. Like, is anybody going to come out? Is anybody going to come out and talk about it beforehand? Who is going to be playing it? Will Druckmann be the one playing it, even though we know it's all pre-recorded?
Well, no. Naughty Dog. Remember when the Uncharted demo, the first one, was breaking?
Yeah, that was at PSX though, right?
Yeah, but Naughty Dog has said in an interview after that, they're like, we try 2 times. We'll reboot it. We have a second PS4 running just in case the first one goes bad.
Yeah, I remember that.
Last resort is pre-recorded. So at least Naughty Dog always does their demos live, unless it gets really bad. So no, I mean, this isn't part of it, but I don't think Neil's playing it. Bruce was always the guy that played it, and he's obviously on sabbatical right now. So
okay, I was just curious.
That's my only part of it, is there is a demo.
I'm at least glad we're in agreement that they shouldn't. Like,
believe me,
they have so many other things lined up. Like, I am, especially coming off of my Last of Us playthrough this last week. Like, I am so excited for that game, dude. Like, I want that game as soon as humanly possible. But I really don't think they should show it off yet. Hold it. Like, let us wait for that game. Like, not even at PSX later this year. I'm talking E3 2018. Finally show us more of that game.
Yep. No, we are in agreement with that. And also, kind of a side note, I saw some Facebook post in one of the groups I'm a part of. I guess some online retailer put up a clearly placeholder date for The Last of Us Part 2 is like 2017. And he was like, oh my gosh, guys, it's coming out this year. It's like, you're crazy. That game is nowhere near.
Yeah, they always do that. So my next one.
All right.
4 new games will be revealed for PlayStation VR throughout the course of the show. 2 of these will be developed by notable first-party Sony developers. Interesting.
You were bolder.
It's a pretty simple prediction, but
you were bolder than I was.
So is it different? Is it different enough that you want to do your VR one now?
I'll let you decide. You can decide on it. Okay. A major first-party studio is developing a VR title. It is Sony Santa Monica.
Yeah, it's pretty bare bones. You should go to your backup.
Okay.
Just for fun, just to extend these.
To change it out a little bit. Yeah, I was like, you were way bolder in your hope for VR. I was like, they're just gonna have one major first-party studio working on something. I've done 1, 2. So I have to do the other 2 that I have written here if we're gonna change this one. I'm like marking which ones I'm not doing. Okay, so there is another God of War demo, and it will give in a spring 2018 window.
Okay.
So it is.
So okay, let me tie this into actually something newsworthy since we didn't talk about the poster. So they're putting up that E3 mural in LA right now for God of War. You and I texted about this. To get a little bit analytical in looking at the tea leaves or whatever. Does that mean in your mind that the game is coming out before E3 next year? Because I said to you, like, it seems like the games where they put up those big like marketing ads and stuff like that for specific games, they usually seem to be tied to specific games that are coming out that year or at least before the next E3. Like, it's very rare that you see a game marketed that in that way for a title that is not going to come out before the following E3.
No, I agree.
So in your mind, does that mean that God of War is definitely this fall or next spring? Because I think that's a good bet at this point.
I would agree. I think so. Because when I was making this prediction originally, I thought they said God of War wasn't gonna be at E3, and then I remembered, no, they said that about PSX last year. They were like, God of War is not gonna be a PSX. I think they've been working on this game for a while, and I think even them saying it's not gonna be a PSX was like a show of like, you saw what we wanted to show you, and now we're gonna wait until we're ready. And I think they're gonna be able to say, here's the demo, here's when the game's coming out, and it's, in my opinion, gonna be spring 2018.
So I had a God of War
as the fall game.
I did not do a God of War prediction, but if I was going to do one, it was dealing with gods. Like, we will see a God of War gameplay demo. We will see one of the first gods revealed for the game. Like Thor, I guess would be like the easiest one to choose, or something like that. I decided not to go with that.
It's Norse mythology, right? This time around.
Yeah. So
cool.
I did not do a God of War prediction. Here's one that I'm not feeling confident about, but
all right. Lay it on me.
You never know, because the world is stupid, and so is this guy. Well, this guy's not stupid at all, but this guy is a little bit crazy. I have written down here, because he is a madman, Hideo Kojima will feel the need to show us even more of Death Stranding in a new trailer. This time, however, we will see quick snippets of gameplay to finally understand how the game actually works. No. But it'll be very brief.
No. If there's a game that needs to go away, even more than The Last of Us Part 2.
Kojima, dude's like, he's shown that he will talk about this game whenever and wherever. Like, he has not stopped talking about Death Stranding, and I think he would.
Please.
I mean, we need to see gameplay at some point. When would that be?
Please,
next E3? Like, I don't know. He does need. I agree. He does need to go very quiet on this game, because it's not coming out until after Kingdom Hearts 3, probably.
Actually, I think it comes out before.
But I'm gonna predict that, because the dude is a crazy person.
All right. So the last prediction of the last section. I'm scratching my final backup. I'm making one up on the fly. Because I just don't. It's lame. I'll tell you what it was. It's PSN name changes.
No, that would not be an E3 announcement.
Yep, they're gonna just go. Here you go. So I'm scratching that.
That's like saying Metroid will show up in Nintendo's show. So you could do it. I mean, you just predict both.
No,
name changes.
Scratch that. It was officially revealed. Sanzario is working on it. It is a PS4 game.
No.
Yep, that's it.
Did you say Sly Cooper 5?
Yeah, 5. Because 4 ended on this cliffhanger, and I need resolve. It needs to be resolved for me.
I mean, I'd be down for that.
I like that.
I had a feeling you would go with that. I even texted you about
I made it up on the fly, too. It was PSN name changes. Is written down here, but now I'm gonna delete it. Right, Sly Cooper 5.
Okie doke. Okie dokely. Oh wait, did I just predict 5?
Yeah, it's over. That was
it.
Because you started.
I did not mean to go with the Hideo Kojima one. Dang it. Oh well.
All right.
I thought we had one crossover one.
Spider-Man was a crossover, and then also.
I don't know why I did that. I jumped right over what my actual last one was.
The
Kojima one was my backup. Are you fine if I sub the Kojima one out? Because that was actually, it's written right here as a backup, and I don't know why I went to that one, actually.
I decree it is okay. Scratch the Kojima one out.
Scratch that last one
off. As crazy as it was.
As crazy as it was, and as fun as it was. Because I really wanted to do this one. I was saving this one as last for a reason. And I forgot to. So bonus prediction, but not really. My last prediction. At Sony's conference, I will sit no further back than the 3rd row, and I will also shake hands with Shuhei Yoshida while at the event.
I'm fine with your crazy, again, personality prediction, But how do we verify that you shake his hand?
I can take a picture of it, and I will have a witness.
All right. Who would be your witness?
I would not lie. I would not lie about such a thing. I will be a truthful boy.
No, you're actually pretty good at rubbing in the famous people you meet in the games industry, like Neil Druckmann.
Yeah, like that guy with the cool beard.
All right, so
no
I
did,
back. Wait, no further back than third row?
I will be in the first 3 rows for this show.
Do you know your seating? Are you cheating?
I do not know my seating. No, I have an invite, and that is all I know.
All right, I believe you.
I will sit no further back than the 3rd row, and I will shake Shuhei's hand.
How do we verify what row you're in? I want you to do something to signal me when I'm in the movie theater.
I will be taking pictures.
I want a signal from the theater. I want you to pop some confetti like a popper.
You can trust that I will be taking pictures of exactly where I'm at.
You text me live.
I will do so. If my phone is not dead, because that Monday is going to be insane.
Bring your backup
but that's
battery.
my actual last one. Yeah, I will. I'm bringing my battery. But
okay. All right.
That's my actual 5th one. I meant to do that. The Kojima one was the backup. I don't know why I went to that backup one.
Because it was just so zany.
I thought we had one that was crossover for some reason, and I felt I
had 2.
I wanted to save the one I just did for last, and I thought I had I thought I had only done 3 at the time. So it was an accident.
Okay. Let's summarize them up.
So mine will be Spider-Man will receive a formal title alongside new gameplay video. It will be playable on the show floor. 2018 release window. We will see at least one major villain. From Software's next title will be revealed. It will not be Bloodborne 2, and instead will be a new IP. 2018 release window will be given exclusive to the PS4. Naughty Dog will show a quick glimpse of The Last of Us Part 2 in a new teaser trailer. No release window will be given, and no one will discuss the footage that we have just seen on the screen. And then 4 new games will be revealed for PlayStation VR. 2 of these will be developed by notable first-party Sony developers. And then last, at Sony's conference, I will sit no further back than the 3rd row, and I will also shake hands with Shuhei Yoshida while at the event.
While at the event. All right.
While at the event. I should also clarify, I think they may have a post-party sort of thing. Not really, but like where you can like go out in the lobby and talk to people. So if I shake his hand there, it still counts.
I will allow that. All right.
Until I physically leave the building.
Okay. But only Monday night.
But only Monday night, yes.
Okay. All right. My PlayStation predictions are Sucker Punch's new game is revealed. It is a new IP, open world, and given a 2018 release window. Days Gone is demoed. It shows off the world and how you navigate within it, like such as the motorcycle in the game. And it is given a date of November 7th, 2017. Naughty Dog does show off a demo for The Last of Us Part 2, showcasing Ellie, her new playstyle, and how they're tweaking the gameplay in The Last of Us. God of War is demoed again, and given a spring 2018 window for the PlayStation 5. And last but not least...
PlayStation 5?
Did I say 5? I was looking at Sly Cooper 5. I'm sorry, PlayStation 4.
They're revealing PS5, you guys.
and Sly Cooper 5 is revealed, being done by Sanzar Games. It is a PS4 title, and it gives me that closure I need on the Sly Cooper games.
There will never be closure in that series, just FYI. I have nothing else really. I did have a question for you with Sony specifically. So, there are rumors afoot. There are rumors floating around, Max. And are any of them credible? No. But
what rumors?
People are talking about potential for Vita 2. Is there any likelihood in any dimension that this comes to fruition?
No, I have seen some of these patents and rumors floating around of a new PlayStation handheld being revealed. I do not believe them for a second.
I want to say that I do believe them. However, this is not the time or place for that announcement to happen. They need to talk about... I'd say even E3 next year is where they would talk about that. It doesn't make sense right now coming off of VR not even being out for a year. So if they do it, if they are crazy enough to do it, which I think they could because they're Sony, It would be, I think, next year. That makes way more sense to me. Like to just keep piling on hardware on your consumers is very strange. So between PS4, PS4 Pro, PSVR, you still got Vita out there that you can sell to people, I guess, but nobody's buying them. But to then come in and say, hey, Vita 2, that'd be very odd. So I don't see that happening.
It would be odd.
So those are our predictions. Those are all of them. I think they're good ones. We'll have to come back for episode 97 and see who wins. So I did have a couple other questions for you just about E3 in general, though. Whose conference are you looking forward to the most? And yeah, I mean, which one are you looking forward to the most? Because I want to personally, I want to say Sony, just because I like their stuff, but at the same time, I feel like we know what they're going to show. So I'm honestly like way more excited for Microsoft this year because I just like anything could happen there and I wouldn't be shocked.
It's a coin toss for me personally between Nintendo and PlayStation, because kind of like you said with Sony, I know their stuff and I like it. And they've been knocking it out the last 2 years as far as their E3 press conferences go. There's just a really good energy and flow to them.
I honestly sorry to cut you off. I honestly feel like Sony's do a bad conference. And I've actually been saying this for a couple weeks now to some of my friends.
They have a good energy. They don't do a good job of showing you what's coming out that year.
They've knocked it out of the park consistently for like far too many shows in a row. And I'm almost like nervous because I feel like they're due a bad one.
They're due a Wonder Book 2?
Yeah, Wonder Book 2.
With VR?
Yeah, with VR. Wonder Book 2 this time, it works with your face, not with your hands.
Oh my gosh. No, and then Nintendo, because I am a big Nintendo fan. The Switch is out. And Nintendo they can ride this wave and take it in a good spot, or they can do Nintendo stuff and kind of bring the vibe down. And I'm curious to see how they play that out. I feel like Microsoft's, as far as the Scorpio goes, is like, this is a more powerful Xbox, which is cool and fine. If you have the TV for it, a sweet box. I just don't know. And maybe Microsoft come out of left field for me and totally knock my socks off. But I just don't see it. And that's part of that is because I just don't know what they could come out with. That also gives them the most potential to surprise me.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Is out of all of them this year, I think they have the most potential to knock our socks off. I don't think we're going to be talking about Sony the same way we did last year after that show, or even after the one the year before with Shenmue, Last Guardian, and Final Fantasy VII remake. I don't think they have any big reveals of that quality because, like you said, we know what is coming. Yeah, like that's the thing. I don't know what else is left. So, and that's not a bad thing, again, because I'm totally in love with everything they have lined up. But it's more just, as far as shock value, I think Microsoft has the most potential for that. Like I said, with Nintendo, I really think they are going to be smaller than we imagine, because that's the thing. And I really wanted to try to be, I was obviously very unrealistic with many of my Nintendo predictions, but I've listened back to some of our previous shows when we predict Nintendo things, and they are always insane compared to what actually happens. And so, while me predicting that Reggie will be animated like a cartoon might not be super realistic, everything else I tried to at least make somewhat like realistic. I don't know, because our predictions for them are always insane looking back on them, which is fun.
Pipe dreams.
But yeah, they never happen. So I don't know. I think Microsoft has the most chance to surprise us this year. And I think that for that reason alone, that's why I'm looking forward to it. Plus, I'll be in the room and all that stuff. But I'll be in the room for all of... We got invites to all of them except for Bethesda, I think. That was the only one we couldn't swing this year.
Okay. Very, very cool.
It'll be cool, though. I'm looking forward to it. So my last question for you, though. Week before E3 and all that stuff. So if you follow me on Twitter at Moreman12 or even follow Dual Shockers or anything like that. So we've started this new series called E3 Dreams, where we're talking about like our, like above all else, if you could have one dream or one hope for anything, like as crazy as it sounds, like if I was to be like Elder Scrolls 6, that's it. That's what I want to happen. Like as crazy as it is, if you could have one dream for this E3, what would you want that to be?
The Last of Us was the first thing that popped in my head.
My
problem my problem is I know that game is real. And I think the magic of E3 is finding out something you don't know exists.
Yeah. So
Coming true. And
yeah. And when I say like hopes and dreams, obviously keep them somewhat within reality. Don't be like The Last of Us 2 releases this fall. Like that's not gonna happen.
Again, I'm not that crazy. I do genuinely think Metroid would be just knowing that a game is coming out. Really something. I think because that's something we don't know exists. Sure. In the end, when you take whatever Metroid game comes out, put it up against Last of Us Part 2, The Last of Us Part 2 probably is going to be the better game. Like, I feel pretty safe in saying that, and I think most people would agree with me. But I think Metroid would be like the dream, just because we don't know if it's real or not. What about you?
So I actually wrote a piece about this. You can find it, Dual Shockers, if you want to. But
you should throw the link in the show notes.
I can't throw the link in the show notes. So mine is very simple, honestly. Like I was racking my brain for this piece, trying to figure out like what above all else I want to see, and I could have done anything. Bloodborne 2, Elder Scrolls. There's a lot of stuff we could be excited about. Honestly, at the end of the day, like the thing I want to see the most is something that I think we will see, and that is Spider-Man gameplay. I am so excited for that game, dude. Like that is like maybe my number one most anticipated game now that Mass Effect disappointed me and Zelda's out. I'm so psyched for Spider-Man, and I want to see what those swinging mechanics look like, because this is the first open world Spider-Man game in a while, not counting the Amazing Spider-Man movie tie-ins, because those games were not that great. I want to see what these new open world swinging mechanics look like. I want to see how the game plays. I want to see more of what that world is like, because it does have an interesting spin on the Spider-Man franchise. I just want to see that. Like above all else, if I can just see that, I will be totally happy. And then to go above and beyond that, if I can somehow then play it that week, that would be even cooler. And I don't know if I will have time to go wait in line, because right now I don't have an appointment to play the game or anything like that. Right now I don't have any appointments to play anything Sony. But if I could somehow wait in line to play that game or get in to see that game and go hands-on with that, that would be like above everything else. That would be like the number one thing I would want to do at the show this next week. And it's simple, and I feel like it's likely that we will see gameplay, and I feel like it's even likely that it'll be playable on the show floor. Obviously, neither of those things have been confirmed, but like that's what I want. If I could get any one thing at the show this next week, that is what I would want. Spider-Man.
I hope you get it. I really do, because it's your first E3 going, and I really do hope you get that.
It'd be cool, dude. I'm really, really hyped. It's going to be a good E3 though. And I like our predictions here. It'll be fun. So we'll come back with episode 97, when we will tabulate our scores and figure out who won and all that good stuff. Max will be doing live shows, as he said, next week, post shows for the conferences.
They will go up as soon as they're done recording them. We'll be doing them live. Each episode is going to have their own special guest, knowledgeable with each conference. Announce those as we get closer to those. I want to just make sure everything's still locked in with them. I was double checking with everyone today.
Keep it locked to our Twitter account though, at MGS Podcast. Like you will get all your updates there.
If you want some live updates from E3, I'm sure you can follow Logan at Moreman12.
Yeah, follow me at Moreman12. I'll be tweeting all kinds of stuff, I guarantee it.
If Logan does have free time at the show or on the show floor, we've kind of come up with the way where he can just like call in on his phone and I can record it on the computer. And we can either put those up as small, like a collection of things.
I'd say you should tie those into the live ones that you guys do. So maybe like do a section before or after, where it's like, and Logan called in here his thoughts on today's happenings
Sony, as well. Microsoft, whatever. So Logan may call in, and you can hear those in the audio version of the show. Those will be really, really fun, I think.
But yeah, that's it for this episode 96. We've got so much coming in the pipeline. Again, follow us next week. Follow us on Twitter at MGS Podcast. If you want to follow my journey to the Mecca of E3, follow me at Moreman12. And if you want to follow the musings of a man who will be sitting in his room watching it alongside all of you. You can follow Max on Twitter at MaxTheWhite. Be sure to email us at mgspodcast@gmail.com if you want to hit us up with some of your predictions for E3, maybe some things we didn't talk about that you want to throw in here, and we can talk about that next episode and see how you did as well and compare it to how our predictions and see how we did. You can also find all of our other shows at Model Citizens Media, because Millennial Gaming Speak is part of Model Citizens Media. Max has a new cool interview going up tomorrow for Behind the Pixel with a cool gaming personality that you guys will enjoy, I think. So follow us at Model Pods once that goes live to see that, or follow Max on Twitter as well, because he'll be tweeting about it. You can also listen to the Model Citizen show. For another show, Michael Reeves got engaged last night at Kind of Funny Live 3, so that was yay. That was cool for him. We'll be talking about that on this week's show. Probably episode 12. We'll be talking about that. So
he gets back tomorrow, right?
Yeah. So be sure we'll record that Tuesday, and then we'll put that up Friday at the end of the week like normal. So be sure to look out for that. We've also got Reeling in the Years, which is on hiatus again, sort of, just because we've all been busy with travel schedules, but we'll get back to that soon. You can also find us on YouTube for Millennial Gaming Speak, where we record live typically every Sunday. We tweet out those links when we go live through our Twitter account. You can also follow us or find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. If you could like the show there, leave a review. I don't know how Stitcher works. On iTunes, though, I know you can leave a review. So if you could take the time to do that, we would appreciate it so much. That is it for episode 96. We're going to have a bunch of episodes in the middle here before we come back for 97 in 2 weeks, but it's going to be a good time. Max is holding down the fort. I will call in when I can. It's going to be a good time. E3 Max, best time of year. I think this is shaping up to be one of the better E3s as well. We'll see how it goes. But it's been a great year for games. It's going to be a great E3. We are excited to experience it alongside you. So be sure to come back next week for our post-show breakdown stuff that we do, and look out for those.
Come back for episode 97, where
Logan
tells us all his tales
in the future, where I tell you all of my adventures to LA and to E3 and taking pictures with Phil Spencer and shaking Shuhei.
Yoshi.
So come back then. We will, until then though, we're out. I'm going to win the prediction war too. Just figured I'd throw that in there. But until next week, for Max and myself, we love you. Have a good week. Bye-bye.